do-do-do-do-do-dum, do-do-do-do-do-do-dum, do-do-do-dum, do-do-do-do-do-do-dum. I sing it in one drop. People, you already know what time it is, man. We are here. We are back in the flesh. Big up yourself. Big up to the people that's supporting. I go by the name of Zoosh, aka Guyver.
And it's your boy Drizzy Freckles, aka the Golden Child, and we're back again. Now, what we're here for, shout out to AJ back outside, catching them checks. But what we're here for today is the Netflix with this one called The Madness. Now, The Madness
Back
goes something like this. Media pundit Munchie, that was a wild name by the way, Daniels must fight to prove his innocence after stumbling upon a murder in the Poconos while trying to reconnect with his estranged family and his lost ideals. Now, Zush, this is one of those Netflix shows that there's been little murmurings about it, mainly due to who was acting in it, man like Coleman Domingo, who's slowly climbing up that ladder in Hollywood in regards to like a recognizable face. So what was your overall take in regards to the Mazzolini?
No, I thought this was a good show. I like Coleman Domingo. I think my first introduction to him was Fear of the Walking Dead. Not The Walking Dead, but Fear of the Walking Dead.
Okay.
That was actually my first introduction to him. I think he's done a good job in ascending through Hollywood. I wasn't mad at him in this role at all. I thought this was a good show. I thought it was an interesting show in terms of it wasn't far-fetched from reality. And some of the things that was happening in this show, if you put your tinfoil hat on, you'll enjoy this show, I think. If you're a guy or guy or girl, if you're someone that wears a tinfoil hat, these are those subjects and concepts and issues that you're like, I can see how this works out. So I wasn't mad at this show. I thought it was good.
Yeah.
There was a few confusing parts. It was a bit of a confusing journey. There was some interactions that was hard to believe, and that was some of the interactions with like the police department. But other than that, I enjoyed the show. It was a steady pacing. I was alright with the show.
Okay, all right, cool. I share some of your sentiments as well. I definitely enjoyed the show. It was something different in a way, but it definitely, like you said, it holds up a mirror to reality. I don't know if that's what they were intentionally planning to do, but you know, especially us within our community, there's definitely certain things that go on in this show that make us go, well, I understand where you're coming from, brother.
Yeah.
And even though you're trying to convince everyone and show everyone that you're actually innocent, the ways you're going about doing it do kind of make you look guilty. And that's just by guilty of, you know what I mean, by public vote. You know what I'm saying? So no, I had a time with this one. I didn't binge it. I paced myself. I think I did like 2 episodes per day.
Yeah.
You know, when I did decide to watch it. So what did you like about it? What 1-2 things stuck out to you in regards to what you liked?
I wasn't mad at Muncie. I wasn't mad at his part, although that name was a very wild name. Like, why would you name your character Muncie?
I thought it was a nickname, but
that has
was
to
his
be
government name.
That has to be the writer's cousin's name or something that he was paying homage. I was like, where did you get this name from? That was a wild name. But I wasn't mad at the acting in this. The acting was really good. The characters were quite believable. I do like Coleman Domingo, but sometimes, just sometimes, facial expressions are a thing for me. in movies and TV shows, like facial expressions. If you
Yeah.
pull certain facial expressions, like I'm sold, and if you pull certain other facial expressions, I'm like it's very hard for me to believe you. And Coleman Domingo
Right.
sometimes has that facial expression where it's hard for me to believe you now because I feel like you've done that facial expression for about five different emotions. Like he has this very like, who me? Who me? Look, you know another person, the son, Demetrius. His facial expression. Like, I'm just not sold. Like sometimes I look at them, I'm like, bro, you man, I don't know. This ain't believable. I don't believe y'all, dog. I don't believe y'all. So yeah, that was some of the things that kind of caught me off guard. But I did like the family dynamics. I did like the balance. I did like the storyline and how things started to develop. Um, it was a good shout to see Dion Cole in this. I'm a fan of Dion Cole and
Mm-hmm.
his comedy.
Yeah.
Even though I did think some of the interactions between him and Muncie was a bit off, was a bit odd. Like because he was his lawyer and his best friend, right? Yeah. So some of the conversations were a bit off between them. Um, so their chemistry on screen was a bit. It was cool. I understood as a black guy, like because they were.
Yeah.
You know what? It almost felt like someone that didn't have that kind of friend was
Yeah.
writing this kind of part. You know, where you don't have a mandem like that, but you're writing a part for the
Yeah.
mandem. It's like, oh,
Yeah.
you ain't never had a mandem like that, have you? You hear me? That's kind of
Yeah.
how it felt. But yeah,
Right.
I was, I was, I
Okay.
was,
Okay.
I was
Okay.
good on this.
Yeah. I like. There's a lot I liked about. I liked when we found out about the daughter. I definitely like the character of the
Ah,
daughter in
yes,
here. She was
I enjoyed that daughter. I enjoyed the
yeah.
daughter's
You
character.
know, as strained as the family was, she didn't the whole cliche thing of like, oh, you're in this jam. Oh, well, let me help you. Oh, all is forgotten. Like they definitely kept consistent with that level of as a
Well, that whole
father.
family dynamic was quite interesting.
Yeah,
That whole family,
yeah,
like, even though he
yeah.
wasn't with the wife, and obviously he was
Mm-hmm.
distant from the daughter, and he had a better connection with the son, they kind of came together quite well. It was like they understood the goings on of what was happening, and they was here to support.
Yeah.
Which also made Muncie come across a bit more difficult because there was times where I felt
Mm-hmm.
you kept putting yourself in situations you didn't need to be. You hear me? But
Yeah.
you know how it goes.
Yeah. So yeah, I liked a lot of that. That was good stuff, and just how there was a bigger picture being painted in regards to what was going on, and how really it's a classic case of being at the wrong place at the wrong time. Um, so I appreciated that. The son, like, I'm just gonna go straight into what I didn't like. The son pissed me off. Like,
He was annoying. He was
like,
annoying. I didn't
yeah,
like
but
his
you
character.
know what annoyed me about him? Like, I understand if your pops ain't who you want your pops to be, but in comparison to your sister, you've got way more access to your pops than your sister did, right? And I don't. I feel like his pops always spoke to him, never like shouted at him or like spoke to him like a little boy or anything like that. But like, there was a moment where a certain thing happens in the middle of the street in the suburbs, right? And I'm like, yo, son, you're meant to be side by side with your pops. But instead, you might as well have popcorn, eating, watching what's going on. And then later on in the show, you want to turn into this bad man towards your dad. And I'm like, yo, we don't believe you. You need more people. Yeah?
Yeah, yeah,
Don't
yeah.
come around here with that stuff, Brethren. Nah,
I was
he pissed me
I
off,
was not a
bro.
big fan. I wasn't
Nah,
a big fan
nah.
of him, and
And he
like I
had the
said, I couldn't
same.
understand face. It was the same facial expression. It's like, what is this? Like, I don't understand your emotion here. Like, yeah, I wasn't a
Are
big
you
fan of the
happy?
son,
Are
of
you
course.
sad? Are you stressed? Are you estranged? Are you hurt? Are you got fear? Are you ecstatic? I don't know, sir, because you just have this same dead, washed face. And even when you try to bust a little tear, it's the same face. I don't know if you're happy tears,
It's the
sad
same face.
tears, you're
It's the
vexed.
same face.
It's the same
It's
face.
the same.
And then your
It's the
bottom lips
same.
like, yo, brother. And yo, and you're giving your dad a hard time. And it's like, yo, son, first
It's
of
like,
all,
bro,
you
yeah,
don't know what your dad is going through right now. And
it's
you're
a lot.
stressing your dad out even more. Or, well, it's not really a second bedroom, is it? It's a, man, shut the,
Man,
yo,
if
I
you
wanted
don't
to
get your
back.
bitch ass up next time.
Who you talking to?
Yeah,
Who
no,
you talking
yeah,
to?
yeah. The son annoyed me, man. The son annoyed me. The son annoyed me as well, and especially because the daughter was so blessed and she was the most. She'd been neglected, and I get that she was older, but yeah, it didn't really work out like that,
You know
man.
what I mean? And when she had a little outburst, you was like, I respect it because she says like, you got to lay low because of da 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 da. And it's like, you know what? Yeah, yeah. She said it with a bit of venom in it because she's like, yo, don't think I ain't forgotten about those years I haven't had
Yeah,
with
yeah,
you.
yeah.
But
I
she was
respect
still
it.
looking out for Pops.
Yeah, I respect it, but I don't respect you like that. Don't get things twisted.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, right.
I would say there
Meanwhile,
was a lot going on in this. There was a lot going on in
this
this, though.
privileged little toe rag who's trying to do his best like fight with Tyreek for idiot son of the year award. He's like, oh
No,
yeah,
100, 100,
come on, dad, man. Shut up, man.
100%,
Donut.
100. There was
So
a lot
besides
going.
that donut, what is your TV ratings for the madness, aka the Mazzoline?
I felt like there was a lot going on in this. There was a lot of
Right.
different storylines and a lot of things moving, and I don't know how much it tied in together. But I did enjoy it. Like I said, I'm here for the seasons of these mystery thriller actions, espionage, CIA type vibes. I'm gonna give this one 6 out of 10 TVs. 6 out of 10.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
It
I
wasn't
think.
my favorite, but it was good. It was good. It was a good
Yeah.
watch. I enjoyed it.
All
There
right.
was a lot
I
going on.
respect that. I respect
It was
that.
just a bit confusing at times because there was too much. I feel like
Mm-hmm.
it bit off a bit more than it could chew, sort of thing. It
Could you?
bit off a bit
Yeah.
too much.
Yeah.
A bit of a bit. They tried to
Yeah.
do a bit too much of it, but it was good
Yeah.
though.
I
They
respect
did
that.
enough to not fall
Yeah.
below the belly.
Yeah. Yeah.
What
Yeah.
would you give it?
Yeah. Yeah. There was moments I was like, brother, don't you have Alex Cross's number? And you lot in a second group chat, like just to hit him up, like, yo, I need some help, B, because it's getting crazy over here.
Yeah.
No, but I'm gonna meet you. I'm gonna meet you there. I'm gonna meet you there. I'm gonna give it a 6. I'm gonna meet you there. I'm gonna give it a 6. It's a solid view. And like, yeah, it's definitely an eye
Oh, you
opener to
froze,
certain
bro.
things, and you know, it definitely shows you the dynamics of a family that's estranged, but at the same time, it's like, yo, we need to put that aside and try and get through this because it is hot outside for me. And yo, yeah, shout out to Coleman Domingo. Hopefully, this leads to like more leading roles for him because he definitely carried this on his shoulders.
Yeah, no, he's
And
good.
yeah,
He's
I
good.
mean,
He's a good actor. He's a good
yeah,
actor. He's strong.
yeah,
You get me? He does well in
yeah,
his parts. Again though, like I said, with some of his facial expressions, it's just
yeah.
it's a bit samey sometimes. However, it doesn't take away
Mm-hmm.
from his acting. Like he is good. Like I
Nah,
did enjoy
nah,
the show. It was a good
nah.
show to watch.
Yeah, I
And
agree. Well, ladies and gentlemen,
people, you
uh,
already know, man. It's
well,
been a
ladies
good.
and gentlemen, this is another review we've given you.
Salute to Netflix because the battle is it's hard. The battle is strong, but you lot hang in there. You lot keep delivering. And if you keep throwing out shows like this, like you'll survive. Like, because these ain't bad shows. These are what I expect that I want from a casual watch. Something easy, something quick, something I can sink my teeth in. Yeah, man. Pause and all that, but we do this, man. Yeah, another good show. We're here.
I've been letting them fly because within the context of them being used, I'm like, no, that makes sense. So that's why I've let them fly. But
I know, but
next,
when we catch him, when you catch him, you gotta correct him. You hear me?
yeah,
When you
yeah.
catch him, you gotta
Okay. I'm gonna
correct
get
him.
back on my A game. But ladies and gentlemen, that's another show we got here for you. And we know your time is of value. That's why we do this to help you avoid watching any foolishness that is on this in the cinema or on your TV screen. There's nothing worse than being in the comfort of your own home where you're VIP and you're watching some doo doo on TV. We ain't got time to
Do
watch
do do
doo doo. There's too much
do.
great content out there to be watching foolishness. That's why we're here. We watch the
Come on,
foolishness so you don't have to.
that's what
But
we're here for.
luckily, we have good taste in things, so we watch good stuff. You know what I'm saying?
You already know what time it is. We salute you. Come on.